This tutorial shows how to use a program called QPPA2, which stands for Quick Precise Polar Alignment 2. The 2 meaning it's the second version, which is a lot better than the first version. It's an integrated version, has all the cursor and everything all included. Now this program works in conjunction with Backyard EOS or Backyard Nikon. Right now the Backyard EOS screen is open, and I haven't started the QPPA2 yet. The first thing you do to do a polar alignment using this approach is you do a rough polar alignment so that you can get the telescope approximately within about 10 arc minutes or so of the North Celestial Pole. It can be a little further away. It'll still work fine, but works better if you, it's just easier to do if you're closer. The second thing after that is you want to start your RA drive. And it's not guiding, but just the drive that drives once per day on the RA axis. It'll help to make your measurements a little bit more accurate. So I'm going to do that. I do it by going to Select and Slew, select RA and Deck, and then it shows me the current values, and I just say Fine. And now it is got the RA drive going. Now, from now on, you don't want to adjust your declination axis during the rest of this process. So let's get right to it. We're going to take 3 images, 3 preview images. And with the telescope, the RA axis, so the telescope is rotated approximately horizontal right for one picture, approximately at 0 position for another picture, and approximately horizontal left. Let's say right and left. Anyway, right, center, and left. It doesn't matter the order in which you take the images. You'll take 3 of them, but what does matter is that whichever position the RA mount is adjusted to for the third picture, leave it there for the remainder of the calibration. And Polaris must be present in the picture taken, the third picture taken. So I'm going to go adjust my mount over to horizontal left. Okay, I just loosened the clutch and rotated the telescope till it's approximately horizontal left. I'm going to take 1 preview image. Okay, at this point I'm going to explain how you find. There's 2 stars we use. One is Polaris. That's easy to identify. It's the brightest star anywhere in your field of view. The second star we want to find is HIP 3128. Since we've done an approximate rough polar alignment, we know the North Celestial Pole is somewhere around the center of our field of view. So if you go from Polaris towards the center of the field of view, if you go about halfway and turn right, coming from Polaris about halfway to the center and turn right, you'll see 3 stars. These 3 stars right here, they form kind of an equilateral triangle. The closest one to Polaris is HIP 3128, and it's also the brightest. And we're going to find that in each of the 3 images we take. Okay, I'm now going to take a picture with the telescope mounted, rotated horizontal right. Okay, so rotated horizontal right, take another preview image. And now the last position, which I haven't done yet, is in the approximate 0 position. So that's where I'll adjust it. Okay, the telescope is now in the approximate 0 position, so I'll take the third and last, and I will leave the mount in that position. Okay, got our 3 images, and now I'm going to go to our first image and open it up full screen by clicking on this right here. And I'm going to open up now QPPA2. Now, a couple things I want to mention before we actually do the measurements. Star coordinates here. The program uses the current position of Polaris and HIP 3128 to determine exactly where the North Celestial Pole is in the image. Because these stars are both moving in time, their coordinates are going to change. And if their local positions weren't changed over time, the calibration would become less and less accurate. So at any time, you can simply go into this star coordinates, opens up, and for HIP 3128, it has the RA, hour, minute, and second, and the declination in degrees, minutes, and seconds, and same for Polaris. So after a month, 2 months, 3 months, whenever you want, just go in, go to a program. I use Stellarium, but any of the programs like that can be used. Get the current, the coordinates now, today, put them in, and after you've entered the new values, click Save. The program will now use these new coordinates, and they'll be saved. When you close the program and reopen it, those coordinates will be saved. So the accuracy can be maintained over time. The second thing is adjust for atmosphere. The atmosphere bends the light rays slightly, called atmospheric refraction. And the program can calculate how much that bending is. The stars are actually located a little bit lower, closer to the horizon than what they appear to where you see them. So the program will either, if you click yes, adjust for the atmosphere, it will account for that refraction, and it will actually end up aiming your RA axis directly at the true North Celestial Pole. If you say yes, you have to put in the current temperature when you make your measurement, your current clock time minus Greenwich Mean Time, and your location of your site, latitude and longitude. I'm at 37 degrees latitude, and it works best for me with this turned off. If you're at very low latitudes, it might be a benefit to turn it on, so I'll leave it up to you to decide which works best for you. Okay, so I'm choosing no. So with those things out of the way, now we want to start the alignment procedure. We've opened the first image, position 1, if you would, and we've got it full screen, and we want to capture the position of HIP 3128. So here's Polaris, here's the center going about halfway over and turning right. Here's HIP 3128. Now if you use the arrow keys, they will move the cursor 1 screen pixel at a time. So use those to center it, and when you have it centered in the cursor, you hit the space bar, and the values are automatically entered into the program. If you're happy with it, hit done, go to position 2. So we close this image, we go to position 2, go full screen, Click on this box to make it active. Here we are, Polaris, heading towards the North Celestial Pole, about halfway, turn right. Here's HIP 3128. That looks centered. Hit the space bar. Okay. Done. Happy with it? Close it. Go to the final position. This is where the telescope is still aiming. Go full screen. Click on this box to make it active. Polaris towards the center, about halfway, turn right. Here's HIP 3128. Hit the space bar. And done. Happy with it. And we now also capture Polaris from this final position. So center the cursor on Polaris. Hit the space bar and done. Now we've been using the imaging mode. We want to go to the frame and focus mode. So let me show you. We've been in imaging, taking pictures. We now want to go to frame and focus. This is a live view. Want to go full frame. Click on the box, make it active. So open frame and focus full screen and capture Polaris coordinates. So get it close. Use the arrow keys to looks pretty good. And done. Okay, you now have all the data that you require to calibrate, and now we just hit calculate. And notice it says the cursor is going to be automatically positioned to where it needs to be for you to adjust Polaris to it. So let's click OK. Now this cursor will stay right here. We adjust the mount, Alt and As adjustments, to move Polaris into the center of the cursor. And when it's done, you've completed your polar alignment, and then you hit the space bar. So I'm going to adjust the mount. First the azimuth, move it over a little bit. And now the elevation. Needs to go over a little more. Okay, I could get it better, but for this, that's good enough. I hit the space bar, and you are now polar aligned. No guessing, no estimating, no iterations. You're done. You now finish the task by, I go to the 0 position and do a 1-star align to remove any remaining RA and deck offsets, and then your alignment is complete. So I hope this works as well for you as it has for me, and hope you have clear skies.